Darealkingrichard, aka the God of Rap.
From Creative Minds Entertainment, that's KME.
If you don't know, I swear you know now.
Today we have some interesting news. I run across this type of content every single day on Twitter, on X. And no matter how much I run into this type of content, there's always at least 1 to 500 guys that says, I wish those teachers were hot when I was around. I wish they would have sexually molested me.
Bro, what is wrong with y'all? What is wrong? Like, seriously, what is wrong with y'all?
And I will not try to offer one. I crossed a boundary that never should have been crossed, and I violated the trust of someone who needed to be protected and respected. I live every day with the heavy burden of knowing that I caused that harm.
The teen eventually told his parents. Police were notified. Nutley was arrested. She lost her job, license, and marriage. But the victim's family said today their son's junior and senior years of high school were ruined. His confidence was destroyed, as was his desire to play sports in college.
In this situation, I believe that the proper sentence is 3 years in prison on count 1, 3 years on count 5 to be served at the same time, for an aggregate sentence of 3 years in prison.
Prosecutors say she was the aggressor all along, sent him nude photos, paid for his pickleball membership, gave him her Netflix password, and $100 a month allowance.
I really did not want to have sex with her, but she insisted. She would not leave me alone. She told me she would kill herself when I tried to end it. I didn't know how to get out of the situation. I finally decided that I didn't want her to do this to anyone else. I told the truth.
Y'all wish I was sexually molested when y'all were children. You saying that now as an adult with kids yourself. But if somebody was to say that about your daughter, you wouldn't feel the same way. Oh,
the rules are different for genders. Oh my God, different genders have different rules.
And that's why equality will never show its head, because of men like you. But don't worry, I'm coming for the women too. First thing I actually want to do for you creepos out there, I'm going to start with the immature part. Her name is Miss Nutley. Let that brew for a minute. Miss Nutley, okay? Obviously, Miss Nutley has a demonic, evil spirit to want to sleep with a child, right? And most of these women are married. This is what I don't understand, okay? I'm going to just dive in a little bit. I ain't going to go too deep. Pause. But what I want to say is, why is it that it's always married European or Caucasian American women that are doing this? There is no outcry from the public in either political party. There is no outcry from Americans in middle class about these situations. I mean, it's happened continually, millions of times. Millions of times it's happened, and yet no outcry. You know why? Because the victim is typically white, and the criminal is usually white as well. That's the only reason it's not a public outcry. White America will literally fight tooth and nail about any and everything, except the things they do to each other. I don't understand it. Wrong is wrong. Since when did wrong have a color attached to it, or a gender attached to it, or a financial class attached to it? The woman is actually a creep. And I don't even see women of all races say anything about these particular situations. I mean, they happen weekly. How many more do we have to see for women to say, hey, wait a minute, I think we have an epidemic here, like the opioid crisis or the war on poverty? Well, actually, there's no war on poverty. It's actually a war on poor people. But that's a whole nother topic for another video. I mean, sexually molesting children over and over. And 3 years. They always, well, I'm going to say always, 95% of the time they get these small sentences by judges. How can you be lenient on a criminal based on their gender or their color? That is the stupidest thing in the world. I thought Lady Justice is supposed to be blind, but apparently she is not. And women don't see a problem with this. Of course not, because most women over-sexualize teens. They over-sexualize children, but we don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about how women sexualize the internet more than men do. Whatever.
Nobody care about the kids. So now they pack and let them fall. Nobody care about the kids. Not even in that, not at all. Nobody care about the kids. So now they pack and let them fall. You don't care, you don't care, you don't care. You don't care, you don't care, you don't care. pumping in our veins. Dirty apartments, judicial targets, limited, so we just lean on the cane. Flexing but starving, more than an artist. Literally, and we dress up the pain. Back-to-back charges, think like the farted. Our attitude, but ain't switching our brain. Sexual healing, replacing therapy sessions and